Welcome back, y'all. It's your girl Des here with Keep Winning, where we talk about life, love, and the goodness of God. Y'all, we have made it to the end of season one. I am so excited. I just want to say thank you guys so much for being a part of this journey so far and coming along with me. Um, I I'm so sorry. In preparation for this episode, I think the past 2 weeks, I've been hyperly aware of my thoughts and where they have been leading me in order to come up with the things that I wanted to talk about today. And so I am excited to share those things, but I'm also just like, I'm just so like in the past 2 weeks, I'm just so everything, right? I'm man, I'm so sorry if you're not watching this and listening at the same time because you really can't see my facial expressions, but um I've just been experiencing so much joy the past 2 weeks as well as so much like um learning and it's a little overwhelming to be honest with you guys, but at the same time I know that it's a complete blessing and I am trying to very much lean into that. And so just so thankful for this and for being able to wrap up season one. This is something that I just had to launch and just had to do in order to not get out the way, but just to be able to get better. I feel like you're never going to know how good something can be unless you start, right? And so this was me starting, and I'm so excited to continue to learn and to continue to grow and to just be better every single time. And so that's where I know season two is going to, you know, for me, just be better because I'm in a place where I'm able to lift off. What a great launching pad we had in this first season, right? Um, before we start, just a quick update on some just life things. I lost, y'all. I don't think I gave numbers to what uh to my 75 hard. So I lost actually like 20 pounds in that like 3 months. Uh, I was at a health fair for work the other week and I got to take my weight again and like all the height things. I got my test results back and I was like, dang, she's healthy. And so again, just another reason to be thankful. But I was like, she was like, oh yeah, like this is your weight, yada yada. And I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't weigh myself well, I did weigh myself like on the third, which was the day after I started. And so when I took my weight this past like a week and a half ago, I was down 20 pounds, y'all. Down 20 pounds. I was like, okay. But that was really cool. That was something that I was like, dang, I can really do this. Like, let me continue these habits that I've built up and continue to discipline myself in the ways that that makes sense to me and that makes sense to my body. And we're just gonna keep it rolling. So that was really cool. Also, I don't know if you guys know this, but my cousin is getting married in July. And so we have a wedding and it's in Hawaii. And I am so excited. I'm also a part of the wedding, which is such a blessing as well, because this is somebody who's very special to me. We grew up together. We've been through a lot together. Man, we had a time. And so, it's really exciting to see her also grow in this season. But yeah, that's something also that I'm super looking forward to is just being able to travel, you know, being able to get to enjoy family and those moments too. So a lot of things to look forward to. Also, a really good friend of mine is getting married too. So I'm excited to go back home for a little bit and get to celebrate her as well. So there's just so many things that, like I said, I'm just so thankful for and so many things to be joyous about. Uh, and I'm also going to talk about that a little bit in today's episode, but had to get that really quick out of the way. So last week, I was at jujitsu. This was Monday or Wednesday, one of the days. But I had a revelation moment in the middle of one of our drills because we're trying to learn this new move. And I was like, why can't I get this move? Or like, why am I asking for help? Like, why is it so confusing? And I realized, right, this is self talking to self here. I was like, Desiree, you're thinking too much. You are overthinking this. You are overcomplicating this move right now. And you do not need to be doing that at all. And then I was like, well then why am I overthinking? And I was just like, in that moment, in that whatever time had passed, I done forgot why I was there. I done forgot that I was just here to have fun, to learn a new skill, and to move my body. Like I forgot in the span of like a week as to why I started this. And so once I was able to just be like, this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be a different way to move my body. And this is supposed to be a new skill that we're enjoying learning. And I had that like quick second, like posture check, period. And I was able to just get the move. Like everything was just coming smoother. Everything was just working better. Everything was more aligned because I had that reminder or that self check in. I feel like just life in general, especially with all of the things that are happening right now in the world around us. And I just a quick side note, you are able to subscribe and to unsubscribe to the information that you are receiving on the daily. That is your choice, right? I feel like sometimes we forget it's our choice. Girl, take it back. Take back what the devil has stolen from you and build those boundaries around what your intake is, because I promise you, it's going to make all of the difference. Anyways, back to what I was saying. That was just a really quick one that I've been working on, and so just felt led to share that with you guys. But right in those times of life where we are just like, why is this so complicated? What is happening? Right? We need that moment where we just lift ourselves out of the water really quick to get a breather and just look around and to see and to understand and remember the why, right? Losing sight of the reason as to why we started something or as to why we enjoy something, that is going to steal the joy away from things that were meant to bring happiness, to bring pleasure to your life. Like, and so all I'm saying that is to, especially with the things that are happening around us, we need to more so cling on to those things, or to really have a good handle on the things that bring us joy, that bring us um purpose, or like that have purpose, that serve purpose in our lives, right? That's a better way to think of it. That have purpose not necessarily is our purpose in our lives, to just be better, right? And so that was something that I was hyper sensitive and aware of because of my thoughts, that I just was like, I need to remember this in all aspects, not just jujitsu, not just something that, is in this context, but in life in general. Like, you have to have those moments of reflection, and either you're going to redirect and keep going, or you're going to realize this is not something that I actually find joy in anymore, and you're going to get rid of it. And even then, regardless of whether you choose to keep going or to end it, it's the right choice, and it's going to be better for you. So just a reminder to take those times and those moments to yourself, and have those reflections with things that um that give you joy, or that you're kind of questioning if they give you joy anymore. um I bring that up to kind of also talk about this podcast, because what this podcast has done for me, especially besides just all of the learning and the community building, is it's tested me in my faith to just do and to be obedient to what I feel God has called me to do, right? Um, and more so leaning into my faith in doing this, more so leaning into the plan that God has for me and has for this, and not necessarily what my thoughts, my intrusive thoughts will pop up and say to me, right? And I have it right here, being caught up with the fear of what others say, being caught up with the fear of what other opinions might have over what I'm doing here. Um, and that's not just over this podcast, but I feel like a good example of that is this podcast for me, especially. but just take it in any context of your life or anything that it applies to. But because we live in the world that we live in, there's constant need for affirmation. There's constant need for approval of others, when the only approval that we really need is the one person that judges us or that has the authority to judge us. And that's only one person can do that. And so the way that we have such high standards for other people, or in the regards to where their opinion of us registers in acceptance of us, needs to be reevaluated, y'all. It needs to be reevaluated. And I'm only saying this because I am currently going through these things myself, because I have these intrusive thoughts. I'm a human being. I'm a human being, not perfect. These things cross my mind daily. I am like an overthinker because I am an internal thinker. You won't necessarily see it in manifesting in the world, right? Because it's all happening up here. It's all going down in here. It's the battlefield of the mind. Also a great book by Joyce Myers. Great book. And so a lot of that mental battle starts for me, and ends in there, because even though I have those thoughts, just because you have thoughts doesn't mean that your actions have to reflect those thoughts. You can have those thoughts and still do the right thing, right? You can have those thoughts and still pursue what you're being called to do, right? And it's just being able to not push them aside, but work with them, and being able to do that with grace, with love for yourself, and faith. I feel like a lot of the times, we're fallen to victim of working out of fear, or working out of just like displacement, and it's not that. Those are the things that we can work through, and that we can grow out of, and that doesn't have to be our story. You know what I'm saying? And so, bringing this to my last point, just to kind of tie it up for us today, is when you are having those moments, when you're overthinking, when you're having those moments where you're being caught up with the fear of being judged by others, we have to remember what God says about us. I have to remember what God says about me. Oh my gosh, my brothers and sisters in Christ, the way that I need this reminder every single second of the day, because of just what I do for work, or just what I do on social media. I have those thoughts where I'm just like, oh, is this the right way? Like, oh, should I do this? It just becomes a really ugly cycle. And the reminder that helps me get out of that, and the reminder that helps me to continue to move forward with the things that I know that I'm supposed to be doing, is that reminder that you are who God says about you, not who anybody else says or has an opinion about you. That has nothing to do with you. That has everything to do with those other people. So just remember what God says about you. And I could stop there, but since this is our last episode, I just also it's been on my heart to kind of share with you guys where like the love portion of all of this is, and where I am with that, which is in the same place that we started at the beginning of this, which is single. But at the same time, being able to grow and learn through this podcast has also kind of catalyst my love life as well. With This Is It, right? I am very happy, and I'm very thankful from what God is protecting me from out there. Because girl, the way I know God is protecting me from being with somebody is because I don't know what's out there, but it ain't for me. God knows that. I've been in just I've had the opportunity to talk to people, and generally the men out here want to be chased. And sue me, right? Sue me. I'm not about to do that. I'm so unbothered and I'm so good with like myself and who and where I stand and what I'm willing to do and what I'm not willing to do in order to even just get to know somebody. And so I think being able to do this podcast has also helped me alongside like the 75 hard, like building discipline. All of those things have really helped me to get to where I am currently presently with dating in general. Um and so all that just to say, we're ending on a high note of being single in this single season because the the posture towards being single in the single season is happy, is thankful, is grateful. I am being saved for somebody and something that is, you know, worthy of that just as my time, you know? And so I'm very thankful for that and very thankful for y'all. We have come to the ending of this episode with that quick little roundup of things of life. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I hope you guys go back and enjoy the whole first season if you haven't listened to it. And are ready and excited for season 2 as I am. It will probably, I don't even want to say any updates because I'm trying to work through a lot of different things and I'm not going to do that to myself, even though I do love working off timelines. But yeah, I won't do that. I will just, for now, say I love you guys. I am so thankful for you guys for being here on this path with me. I appreciate y'all. And let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know any topics you guys want me to talk about. I'm excited to continue to work on this and through this with y'all. And yeah, see you in next season of Keep Winning. Bye, guys.